Trump's decision angers Canada. It breaks all ties with the America. Who will be affected and how? Imagine two neighboring countries that have been each other's closest allies for decades, dependent on each other for defense, trade, and strategic partnerships, suddenly parting ways completely. Imagine a rift so deep between two nations breathing the same air that every foundation of old agreements, alliances, and trust collapses. And all of this happens when both countries are considered key players in global politics. Yes, this isn't a political thriller, it's today's biggest reality. The America and Canada, once strong trade and military partners, are now heading toward a major split. The cause of this rift is a decision by Donald Trump, which has forced Canada to break all ties with the America. Today, we'll discuss this topic in depth. But before we begin, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you are the first to receive updates on all our latest videos. So let's begin today's discussion without any further delay. Canadian Prime Minister Mike Carney shocked the world with his announcement that the old ties between Canada and the America, once considered unbreakable, are now over. This wasn't just a political statement, it was a stern warning that Canada can no longer trust the America. Carney stated clearly that he will now have to make bold decisions that redefine Canada's economy, security, and independence. He said, "It's clear, we can no longer plan our future with America." Prime Minister Carney's response wasn't sudden. It was triggered by the American government's new tariff decision, particularly targeting the automobile sector. The Trump administration announced a 25% tariff on imported cars and auto parts. This decision directly impacts Canada, as it has long been a major supplier of auto parts and vehicles to the America. These tariffs will come into effect from 2nd April, and Trump believes they will benefit American companies. But the reality behind this decision is far more complex and serious. Canada has not viewed this merely as an economic decision, but rather as an attack on its sovereignty and industry. Prime Minister Carney called it a direct attack and added that he would protect Canada's citizens, industries, and workers at any cost. This statement marks the beginning of a new era, one where Canada is clearly trying to separate itself from America's shadow. And the impact of this split won't be limited to just the two countries, but will also affect the global economy and diplomacy. Until now, Canada and the America have shared deeply integrated economies. Through agreements like NAFTA, the two nations have been among each other's biggest trading partners. According to 2023 data, the America imported goods worth approximately $421 billion from Canada, with crude oil, natural gas, and automobiles being the primary commodities. Canada supplies over 60% of the America crude oil and 85% of its natural gas. A disruption in this supply chain could lead to an energy crisis in the America and a sharp rise in prices. If this supply is cut off, America industries, especially transportation and manufacturing, will be directly impacted. Rising petrol and diesel prices will hurt the average consumer's pocket, and inflation rates could surge. On the other hand, Canada will also face a significant blow, as nearly 75% of its total exports go to the United States. A halt in this trade would mean a direct drop in Canada's GDP, rising unemployment, and a slowdown in investment. However, Prime Minister Carney says this is a price he is willing to pay if it means Canada can shape its future independently. Now the question arises, what are the alternatives? Can Canada turn to Europe or Asia? Yes, but it won't be easy. Distance, logistics, transportation costs, and the complexities of forming new trade deals, none of these can be addressed overnight. Before any new agreements are in place, Canada may have to endure several economic shocks. And this is the phase where the real test of its leadership's vision and policy courage will begin. This decision also carries political and military implications. Canada and the America haven't just been trade partners. They've also been military allies through organizations like NATO and NORAD. NORAD, or the North American Aerospace Defense Command, is a joint defense initiative that integrates the airspace security of both countries. Now that Canada has spoken of breaking ties, a new question arises: is military cooperation also at risk? Could these two nations even become rivals on global forums? The answers to these questions remain unclear for now, but the signals are strong. The coming days will bring not only diplomatic challenges for both nations, but may also reshape global alliances. Continents like Asia, Europe, and Africa might see this split as an opportunity. Through new trade deals, strategic partnerships, and defense agreements, they may try to engage separately with the America and Canada to serve their own interests. On the other hand, Trump's decision is also politically driven. He hopes it will directly benefit American auto companies. But will that actually happen? Experts believe that imposing tariffs will increase production costs for the auto industry and ultimately, consumers will bear the burden. So while company revenues may rise on one hand, a new wave of inflation could also begin. Moreover, such protectionist moves can damage the America image in global trade. Trump's aggressive stance toward Canada clearly shows that the America no longer fully trusts its traditional allies. The policy of America first now seems to be turning into America only, a warning sign for the rest of the world. Because if such treatment can be given to a long-time ally like Canada, then what about other countries? This question is now lingering in the minds of global leaders. India, the European Union, Japan, all may now have to reassess their diplomatic and trade strategies with the America. India is also connected to this development as Trump has announced reciprocal tariffs on several countries, including India. This means that if a country imposes higher tariffs on America goods, the America will now respond with similar tariffs in return. The direct implication? A new trade war could emerge, one where not just Canada, but many nations around the world may find themselves in America's crosshairs. And this could impact India's economy, exports, and foreign relations as well. This entire episode has made one thing clear: stability in global politics and trade is becoming a thing of the past. Every country must now adopt a new strategy, a fresh perspective, and take bold decisions to safeguard its interests. Canada has taken the first step. Now the world waits to see how others respond. And the biggest question, will the America reconsider its decision or emerge as an increasingly isolated global power? This isn't just a story of two nations. It's a signal to the world that even the strongest alliances can break in an instant, and that in today's era, trade, security, and trust are being redefined. What happens next won't shape the future of just two countries. It will shape the direction of the entire world.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources: news from various news agencies, opinion polls, and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.